All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with one of the most skilled, best fighters in the whole world, none other than Jaron Boots Ennis. Got a big fight, a unification bout against Eimantis Stanionis, April 12th, Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City, New Jersey, on DAZN. How you doing, champ?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man, and excited to talk to you. Love watching you compete in the ring and everything. As I was mentioning before we got started, got in the business with Richard Steele, Hall of Fame ref. I'm sure he probably did some of your brothers' fights over the years.
Yeah, he probably did. I'm not sure, but I know exactly who you're talking about. I know Mr. Richard Stills.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you though, man, you're one of the few prominent fight families in all of boxing. You got the Mayweathers, of course, Garcias. What's it like growing up in a fight family?
Growing up in a fight family, it's great. I was able to see almost everything. From my brothers fighting in Philadelphia to make it to fighting on TV to having regional belts to from being ranked and number one and number two in the IBF WBC. So I was able to see everything, I'm appreciative for that, and I'm glad that I'm glad I grew up the way I grew up.
Yeah, yeah. And you took a little bit of a different path in the pros, like some of your contemporaries. You got hooked up with Showtime. You started doing, associated with the PBC, I guess, but doing your own thing. Got a great undefeated record, but it took you a little bit longer. Talk about the journey and the reasons you guys went down that path.
Uh, I mean, well, it, my journey, I put it in God's hands, and my journey is, taking a little longer because I'm be at the top forever. So and I don't mind that, but yeah, the journey been great. Learning experiences, learning different things and about the business of boxing, inside and outside of boxing and things like that.
Yeah, your rise, Boots, came at a time when Spence and Crawford were on the horizon to fight their mega fight. You had Keith Thurman in and out with injuries, Danny Garcia on the way out, Sean Porter. Did you feel like you were just right there on the cusp of something big and you missed out on fighting those guys?
I mean, when I was coming up, yeah, I definitely thought I was gonna be able to, at least fight one of those guys, but it didn't work out like that.
Yeah, yeah. And now you got a big fight with Stanionis, who was in line to fight Virgil Ortiz a couple times. It didn't work out. There was some medical stuff with Virgil. Talk about him as an opponent. Another undefeated guy, unification bout, arguably your biggest fight to date.
uh, Stanionis is a Greek fighter. Nothing I never seen before. Put pressure, throw a lot of punches, try jab. But yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to put on a show and show the world why I'm the best fighter in the world.
Yeah, you had a fight against Karen. It was a rematch fight. Some people now are trying to say that maybe you were exposed a little bit. You're not what a lot of people thought. I mean, is it hard to get up for a guy you just beat? And what do you say to people that, does it make it easier for you to get bigger fights if they think that?
After that fight, everybody so called calling my name now. So I guess it's making it easier for me. So to get these guys in the ring.
Right, right. And going back to Spence Crawford, was it kind of you were that high risk, low reward at the time? Do you think you were avoided back then?
Uh, Back then, like you just said, they were saying that was high risk, low reward. So you could say that.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you got the IBF title. Stanionis is out there. You got uh, Brian Norman Jr., Barrios. What is your goal, Boots? You're a big kid, man. You're a big kid. You're well
Yeah.
built. Is the goal to become undisputed?
My goal is, as of right now, my goal is, on April 12th, to become unified lineal champion of the world. Collect this WBA and this Ring Magazine belt, and from there we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's the options and what we're going to do. But my main goal right now and my focus is what's in front of me, and that's Eimantis Stanionis and winning these belts.
Yeah, and Brian Norman Sr., who's never at a loss for words, said that you're avoiding his son, that you're going to probably go fight Teofimo Lopez under Turkey Al-Sheikh later this year. And any truth to that? Anything lined up down the road with Teo or Turkey?
Like I just said before, I'm focused on what's in front of me, and my main focus, all I've been focusing on is my understanding on this. You ain't hear me saying nothing else about nobody else.
Right, right.
Like, my main focus is my understanding on this, and that's all I've been focusing on, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm gonna get the job done on April 12th, and like I said before, we'll see from there, and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
let me ask you, Boots, Virgil Ortiz Jr., you guys were looking to potentially fight last year. What happened with that fight?
I'm all right. What you say? Say that one more time. My bad.
I'm sorry, Virgil Ortiz Jr., you guys were looking potentially to fight last year at 154. What
Mm.
happened there?
It was I guess it was some things, it was miscommunication and things like that. But as of right now, like I'm 147 and he at 154, and when the time come, I'm pretty sure he'll still be at 54. So make that happen.
How many more fights for you, Boots, at 147? Because you're stocked.
Like I said, I'm not sure. April 12th. I'm focusing on April 12th, and once I handle business and become unified lineal champion of the world and victorious on April 12th. We'll see. Or as of right now, like I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. At the welterweight division. And as of right now, I'm still 147 pounds.
Right, right. I was going to ask you about what your thoughts on Thurman. Did you see Thurman's fight the other night? The other
No, I,
athlete?
no, I didn't even know he fought. Yeah, I didn't know he
Yeah.
fought.
He's talking about wanting to fight Spence. He told me he would love to fight Spence, a fight that never happened.
Hmm.
I can see you fighting him at 154.
Uh, yeah, yeah, for sure. But like I just said, I'm
I
I'm on
know.
147 pounder
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
I'm focused on what's in front of me, and I'm a 147 pounder. And when the time comes and I'm up to 54, we could talk about those other guys. But as of right now, I'm a 47 pounder.
right, right. Let me ask you this, has nothing to do with you fighting, but Shakur Stevenson, Thurman told me that he thought Shakur hasn't been in the fire to deserve essentially a fight with Tank, although he's a multi-fight, world champion, and everyone would love that fight. What
Mm.
are your thoughts on what he said, and then how do you see that fight playing out?
I think that's a great fight. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a fight that should happen. Hopefully it happened. After Tank, finish handling the business with him and Lamont. Well, if they want rematch or not, if they don't rematch, then I think him and Shakur should fight next.
Yeah, and how do you see that fight playing out?
That's a great fight. Two great fighters. I can't really say, because they two great fighters. They got high IQ. They both sharp. You know, I think that's a 50-50 for me. And like I mean, the best man won.
Yeah, still a fan favorite as far as fights go, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think everybody want to see that fight.
Yeah. And I'll get you out here in a minute. I'm with the IBF welterweight champ, Boots Ennis, one of the most skilled fighters in all of boxing, ready to break through here. I mentioned Crawford earlier, obviously a fight that you missed out on, back, a couple years ago, but now he's going up to fight Canelo. What are your thoughts there, going all the way from, well, he was 154 for one fight and now fighting Canelo?
I mean, that's a big jump. To be going from 54 to 68. I mean, it's a great fight for boxing. Big fight for boxing. Um, yeah, I guess the world wants to see it. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Crawford has a chance?
I think it's like a 50. I'm gonna say it's like 60-40. Crawford. I mean not Crawford. 60-40. Canelo or 70-30 Canelo. Canelo been at the weight. He been fighting bigger guys. so he kind of like used to being at the weight. So I would lean more towards uh Canelo, but you know, I think Crawford could have a chance, but I would lean more towards Canelo though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and who knows how many more fights Crawford has, but would love to see you guys face off one day, maybe at 154, maybe 160. We'll see. But I know your focus is on Eimantis Stanionis. What should we expect? April 12th, Atlantic City. You're, in your backyard of Philadelphia, pretty much. I know it's going to probably be sold out. What should we expect?
On April 12th, you expect fireworks and a beautiful, explosive, flawless performance by me, and me coming home with the WBA, the IBF, and the Ring Magazine, a championship, unified lineal champion of the world, and don't get up to go get no popcorn, don't move, keep your eyes glued to this TV screen.
All right, you heard it. Jaron Boots Ennis, big fight, unification bout, Eimantis Stanionis, April 12th on DAZN, I should say. And any last words for the fans? Because people love watching you in the ring.
Just make sure I tune in and keep continuing to follow my journey. Just yeah, keep continue to watching my legacy, and watch me.
Awesome. Boots, I really appreciate it, man. Good luck.
I think appreciate it.
Thank you, man.